Why, hello everyone. Midway Piper here. I hope all is going well. A couple of different things to talk about in today's video. The first thing we're going to start with is what's in the pipe. First of all, actually, we're going to say what pipe. This is that delightful Chris Harriet Squat Bulldog, or Rhodesian, sorry, Rhodesian, with that fantastic sandblasting on it. The horn accent on it. And that olive Cumberland stem. I do love me this pipe. Again, this was made by Chris Harriet. He had made himself one that he uses a shop pipe every once in a while, and when I saw it in his videos, I was just kind of like, that's a great shape. I need me one of those in my life. And it's it's not a very long pipe. It's I guess it would qualify as a nose warmer, which is my preference. I'm not a huge fan of pipes that stick way out of your face. So in it, actually, this is everything that I smoked yesterday, even though I didn't do a video. This is everything I smoked yesterday again, because in it I have some HU Balkan Passion. And what I discovered yesterday, kind of by accident, is this combination, this pipe and that Balkan Passion. Oh wow, they play real nice together. Very nice. This is I wanted to try it out again today to see if it was everything I remembered it being yesterday, and I'm proud to report it is. You know when you find that perfect tobacco and pipe combination that just work really well together? Here we are. And that's the other thing I like about this pipe. The shape of the pipe. It's got this big knobby bowl on it. It's perfect. It's light, it's clenchable. Amazing combination. That being said, I unfortunately cannot make it out to the Chicago Pipe Show, but if you don't follow Chris Harriet with Harriet Pipes, he just did a video yesterday, I believe, showing all the pipes that he is going to be taking to the Chicago Pipe Show. So if you're going, make sure you go say hi to Chris. Tell him that Midway Piper said hi as well. And show some support. So that's that. Second thing for this video, I already said it in a comment, but confirmation to Paladin Piper, I will be joining your Codger Challenge for 2025. If anyone has not seen that video yet, Paladin just put that video out today, Codger Challenge 2025. And just by way of a quick summary, I think I'm getting everything right. If not, forgive me, Pat. Please feel free to correct in the comments. For 1 month, you get to choose 4 pipes. This will be one of them. Very doable. Very doable. You guys probably know the pipes I'm gonna pick, because you see me smoking them all the time. There's only a handful of them that I very frequently go to. So it'll definitely be this. It will definitely be Burt. I will choose one hard castle for sure. I think I know which one. And I'm kind of on the fence. It's either going to be another one of Harriet Pipes, or it could also be my Dr. Plum. I'm thinking it might be the Dr. Plum, just to make it all fair and whatnot. And different variety of shapes and whatnot. So anyways, 4 pipes for the month. You can choose. You can alternate between them. Number 2, you must create your own blend. Whether it be something from completely scratch ingredients, or you can mix different blends that you have, which you guys know I've been playing around with that quite a bit. I have my good old trusty St. Chiruno blend, which is St. Bruno and Cold Blood Red Moon. I'm not going to use one I've already done, though. I'm going to make something fresh for this challenge. I'm playing around with what it's going to be, but because it's a codger challenge, I think I want to modify a codger blend. So more on that coming up. But again, very doable. Oh, and also name the new blend as well. But again, very, very doable. The hardest part of the challenge is that for the month, you're only smoking that blend that you create. It's pretty rare, I think, for me at least, when I go and figure out what I'm going to smoke. I normally start, a lot of times I'll start with the pipe that I want to smoke, and then I'll pick a tobacco that I think would go with that pipe. This is going to be an English pipe now from now on. I'll have to try some others to see if they all work as well with this pipe as this one does. Maybe it's just this tobacco. We'll find out. But just the one tobacco for the month. When I go downstairs and look at my tobaccos, you guys know, I like to order a whole bunch of samples of stuff, and I don't have large quantities of mini tobaccos. And when I go down and look at what I have, it's just kind of like that squirrel syndrome. I'm like, oh, I'm going to go with this. Oh, wait, that one. And I have a hard time selecting. So to know I'm going to be smoking the same thing for a month straight. Yep. That's going to be a little tricky. So that'll be my biggest part for the challenge. But if you haven't checked out Pat's video, go do that, Paladin Piper. Go check it out. And start getting your preps together for it. I've got to order in a couple tobaccos so I can make what I'm playing with right now. So all right, so that's those 2 things. Yes, George is the rooster. Just brought home a big old garbage bag full of produce from a grocery store, local grocery store that they were going to be tossing. So they've got a lot to be scratching at and eating over there. All right, cool. So the other thing, the main point of today's video, I want to try something new. So you guys know I like to read. I like to read a lot of books. I'll do a reads on Friday this week. I finished what I thought I was going to finish. I've started reading one book I was going to read. I was planning on from the previous video. A new John Scalzi book came out today, so I just started that on audio, which was not part of the plans, but no regrets so far. It's absolutely fantastic. I'll tell you guys all about it in Friday Reads. But that won't take me too long on audio. So I'll probably have that finished probably tomorrow. It's like a 7-8 hour audio, and I'm already 2 or 3 hours into it. So what I want to do is, if you guys wish to play along, I've got 4 books that I've been thinking about reading, and if you guys want to play along, I'm going to ask you to vote on which of the books you think I should read. So I'm going to show you the books. If we need to, I'll do a brief description of each of the books. And drop your vote in the comments below. And whichever book gets the most votes, I will start next. So like I said, 4 books. The first one I already showed you. I almost started this one today, actually, before I realized that John Scalzi book came out. So, good timing. Huckleberry Finn. I just finished Tom Sawyer, so I figured Huckleberry Finn. Why the heck not? Never read it before. Yeah. Seemed like a cool character in Tom Sawyer, and I want to know more about him, so there we are with that one. So that's a classic. This next one is not a classic. However, it is written by, hold on a second. All right, I'm back. I just had to get some of the ash out of this bowl. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but I shifted everything a little bit to be in the sun, which has now shifted more, and I'm back in the shadows again. Whatever. All right, so book 1 was Huckleberry Finn. Book 2, written by an author of classics, but this book is not a classic. In fact, most people have probably never heard of this one. This is called The Mysterious Island by Jules Verne. I'm a big fan of Jules Verne. Everything I've read by him so far, which are all of his regular classics, been a big fan of. So this is one of the not so well-known ones. So just read you the back of the book real quick. Everyone's familiar with what it's about. Swept off course by a raging storm, 5 Union prisoners escaping in a balloon from the siege of Richmond are set down on the shores of an uncharted island. Thus begins a classic fable of men face to face with nature in its most primitive state. With no tools but their own ingenuity and daring, the engineer, his faithful servant, a journalist, a sailor, and a lad of 13 must undertake the extraordinary task of reconstructing the civilization that they have left behind. The Mysterious Island is based on the true story of Alexander Selkirk, a man stranded alone for 5 years on an island off the coast of Chile. A story that also inspired such popular works as Daniel Defoe's Robinson Crusoe, Swiss Family Robinson, amongst others. Filled with action, danger, and suspense, it exhibits Jules Verne's genius for incorporating science and history into fascinating fiction. So Jules Verne, The Mysterious Island. Afterward by Isaac Asimov. I didn't notice that until I held it up and saw it backwards in the camera. But there you go. That's option number 2. We'll go with one more piece of fiction. This one's a beast. This is written by the infamous Tom Wolfe, The Bonfire of Vanities. You may not necessarily recognize the name. You probably do if you're into books at all. Maybe the picture will make sense. It's black and white, but he is often pictured wearing white suits and a white hat and all that kind of stuff. Sherman McCoy, the central figure of Tom Wolfe's first novel, is a young investment banker with a 14-room apartment in Manhattan. When he is involved in a freak accident in the Bronx, prosecutors, politicians, the press, the police, clergy, and assorted hustlers, high and low, close in on him, licking their chops and giving us a gargantuan helping of human comedy of New York in the last years of the 20th century. A city boiling over with racial and ethnic hostilities and burning with the itch to grab it now. Wolf's gallery ranges from Wall Street, where people in their 30s feel like small fry if they've not yet made $1 million per, to the real streets, where the aim is lower, but the itch is just as virulent. We see this feverish landscape through the eyes of McCoy's wife and his mistress, the young prosecutor for whom the McCoy case would be the answer to a prayer. The ne'er-do-well British journalist who needs such a case to save his career in America, the streetwise Irish lawyer who becomes McCoy's only ally, and Reverend Bacon of Harlem, a master manipulator of public opinion. Above all, we see what happens when the criminal justice system, gorged with the chow, as Bronx prosecutors call the borough's usual black and Latino felons, considers the prospect of being handed a prime cut like Sherman McCoy of Park Avenue. It's a novel based on the same sort of detailed on-scene reporting as Wolf's great nonfiction bestsellers. That's The Bonfire of Vanities. I've read a lot of Tom Wolfe's other novels. I haven't gotten into this one yet, so The Bonfire of Vanities. If you like that one, drop in the comments below. And the last one is nothing remotely like those books. It is nonfiction. I've read several books by this author. The author is Ron Chernow. And this is The House of Morgan. An American banking dynasty and the rise of modern finance. Like I said, nothing remotely like the other two. A masterpiece of financial history, The House of Morgan is the most ambitious history ever written about an American banking dynasty and an essential book for understanding the money and power behind the major historical events of the last 150 years. The House of Morgan is a rich, panoramic story of 4 generations of Morgans and the powerful, secretive firms they spawned that would transform the modern financial world, tracing the trajectory of J.P. Morgan's empire from its obscure beginnings in Victorian London to the financial crisis of 1987. Ron Chernow paints a fascinating portrait of the family's private saga and the rarefied world of the American and British elite in which they moved, that included Charles Lindbergh, Henry Ford, Franklin Roosevelt, Nancy Astor, and Winston Churchill. A compelling account of a remarkable institution and the men who ran it. House of Morgan is a penetrating look at the real power, the money behind historical events, the eminent statesmen, and the industrial empires that have transformed the world in the last century and a half. That is also a beast of a book. That is it's a lot of notes. Hold on a second. 720 pages. I think the audiobook for that is about 30 some odd hours. So that's going to take a while. But those are the next 4 books I'm thinking about. So like I said, if you guys want to play along, the 4 books one more time. The House of Morgan, The Bonfire of Vanities, The Mysterious Island, and The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. Interesting to see, 1, if anybody plays along, and 2, which of those books you select. On my Friday reads, I'll let you guys know which one was the winner. And I'll get started on it when I finish this John Scalzi book. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today's video. I just had a funny realization yesterday. I didn't record a video. It was raining here all day, pretty much all day. When I came home from work, I wanted to come out and have a smoke. And I was thinking to myself, wouldn't it be great if I had an outdoor covered area? And at some point, I'll put some sort of covering or covered area on this patio that I'm currently sitting on. But as of now, despite the shade I'm sitting in, there is absolutely no cover. So I was thinking, wouldn't that be great if I had a covered area that I could just sort of sit? And I sat right behind the camera as a little side patio for the house. And so I sat on the steps there because it's kind of covered. And as I'm sitting there thinking, what could I do to cover something on the cheap? Financially, it's a tricky time of the year right now, so not looking to spend a bunch of money. And I looked up and realized I was sitting in a little covered alcove on that side patio deck. And I never really thought about it being a seating area because right now it's full of crap. Got a bin up there where I keep the charcoal and fire starters and all that stuff for the grill. Some firewood's up there that I keep up there to keep it dry in case I want to have a fire inside or something like that in the fireplace. But it's covered. So I went and got a one of those outdoor plastic shed kind of things. And I'm going to put that up right over here up against the house to store all that stuff in. And which will free up the entire area. So I'm really excited about that. I just got to put it together and then move everything off the deck. I also ordered my dream for this patio is to have a rocking chair. I can just sit out here after work and sit in a rocking chair and smoke my pipe because that sounds amazing to me. We got this patio finished last year. And then it was starting to get cold and all that kind of stuff. And so I never got around to doing it, getting a rocking chair. So the rocking chair will be arriving tomorrow. And I'm super excited for that. So some good things coming up in the future. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So again, if you're interested in playing along, pick my next read for me. Make sure you check out Paladin's video about the upcoming Codger 2025 challenge. And if you're going to the Chicago Pipe Show, check out Chris's video. Check out the pipes he's going to bring. And yeah. That's about it. So that all being said, I will see you guys in the next video. Not sure when that's going to be yet. It might not be till Thursday or Friday, but who knows what life will throw. So anyways, I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Have a good one. Bye.